Hello, everyone. We are live.
Hello, everyone.
But are we sound? I hope so. I hope so. Yeah, I can see the bars and everything seems to check. So, hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new video stream of Transformers F-Wars. Should we start saying some hello to some people?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, joining us today on YouTube is Windblade, Alex85, Celestial Prime, Dr. Strange King, Bolty-Bolt, Dinesh Kitu. Hello to Light Dragoon 88, Bumblebee Prime, Errol Song, Arnav Garg, and oh, there's more of it. Deadpool, Arsh Seni, hello to Carpinteria Montesinos, Juwan Nelson, and Grant Galvatron. Hello to you guys.
I can do Facebook. Some people here. Actually, a lot of people in Facebook today. So, hello, everyone. Hello, Michael Rabi, Samuel Griff, Matthew Elia, Aaron Jamende, Ted Ward Merrill, Andrew Urban, Cardier Barnett, Ashwin Marwaha. I guess Facebook is the hard one because it's real names and it's not always easy. Eric Dubois, Samuel Griff again. So, hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us.
And you from YouTube, thanks.
Yeah, it's Twitch.
Yeah. Not do stream Twitch. Okay, so the easy one, I guess. Hello, everyone. Toasted roasted peanuts, blazed gigabee, key 9 stand, X axis Y, Power Bless, Devil's Fun, Lord Drag Gear, Soundwave 37, Skinny 33, and all the other people in there.
Cool. So this week we will be talking about the end of Saga, the event happening this weekend called Ground Zero. We'll also read a little bit of the dialogue that will conclude this saga. We will show the bots that you can win during the event, Trailbreaker and Exhaust. We'll show them in the challenge battle and we'll comment on their ability as well. Yeah, and we'll end up by doing some trivia so you can get some freebies by the end of the stream. I'll just remind you, you can also ask questions to us. We might not reply straight away, but post them in the chat. We'll pick them up and we will answer to them once we have a little break into our program.
That was very professional, Fabian.
I'm kind of getting used to it. It's been a while now that we're running those streams.
It is. So should we start with the event that gives the name to the stream? It's Ground Zero because a lot of things have happened. We have the Omega Supreme and Overlord going for a part of their weaponry, and then some stuff happening between Afterbreaker, Flame War, people getting crazy, and then they get into scene, Trailbreaker and Exhaust. And this is the end of Saga. That means it's the end of Saga event. It's an alliance tournament with prestiges, 100 prestiges, so it's a top maximum of 1 million points. And every prestige contains different rewards that are Spark, Combat Spark, Power Core chips, and a 4-wheeler crystal. That's the crystal that contains a chance, 10% chance to drop a Trailbreaker or Exhaust of 4, 3, or 2 rank. And that's super XP per battle. So yeah, we go scrolling on the different rewards, Combat Spark, Power Core chip, so it's a good chance to get some new power cores or maybe XP for your current power cores. And now, because you can open 10 of them at a time, it's much easier to get these rewards. Same for the Spark, and then the Crystal, if you want to preview it. Fabian, thank you.
This one?
Yeah, perfect. You have the chance to get a 4-star, a 3-star, or a 2-star Trailbreaker or Exhaust in the Decepticon site. And yeah, it's the usual super XP, so there is a lot of points to gain, there is a lot of XP to get, and it's a good end of Saga event to play with your Alliance members and get a lot of rewards. And if you are lucky, 4-star Trailbreaker or Exhaust.
And should we see them first in the dialogue, I presume?
Yeah, nice. Everyone's waiting
Do
for
that.
the dialogue, so I guess we could start with that.
Your favorite moment of the stream. Be ready.
Never ready. I know this battle is achieving nothing and threatening more.
Perhaps. Yes. The question is, Shockwave and Tarantulas looking back there, can you call off your dogs?
I can brainstorm and will. We both know it's the only logical course of action, but you must do likewise with your forces.
Hmm, that's not going to be easy. While no longer physically able to transform, after Breaker's currently in Berserker mode.
And since he seems to currently have the upper end in his grudge match with Flame War, I can't see him really listening to the voice of reason or logic.
Nevertheless, if you want to avoid yet more wanton destruction at the hammer and axe, respectively, of Smashstone and Razor Sharp, you must leash him, to use your own analogy, Brainstorm.
I agree. But who can get close enough to actually delay the season disease though?
Hey, I came as fast as I could, which I know isn't exactly breaking any Lansing records, but maybe I can help.
Trailbreaker? No offense, but what can you do that we can't?
Keep rooted to all Sutterglass terrain, Strafe. Melody believes, though I'm not sure I do, not completely, that my Magna wheels can lock onto the base metals in the ground and keep me on track.
That is, once again, uncannily perceptive of her. It could work.
Plus, your personal force field will protect you from flying debris.
Then do so now, before there is simply no retrieving the situation.
Can't say I came all this way to take orders from you, Shockwave. But here goes.
Shockwave, our own emissary approaches. It's exhaust.
Smoking?
So this is obviously like a little joke from Simon Furman on the fact that Exos used to have a cigarette brand on his first toy. Yeah, and you can see in the dialogue, there's also like mentions of like the really famous abilities of Trailbreaker, the Magna wheels, which we have decided not to go with for the bot in our games because they kind of like, so they are these wheels that make him stick to the ground when there is no gravity, and I guess there was no real use into our game, so we went for the force field. So this is something we will show you in the battle today.
Cool. Yeah.
The story progresses. It's always interesting to see who's the next bot that's gonna be joining us in the next of the saga.
Oh, who will? Well, these two were unexpected, right? Like G1
Yeah.
Classics, and it was nice to
Especially
have them.
Trailbreaker that everyone's been waiting for a while, and I think it's about time for people to actually see him in game. I don't think we.
I'm scrolling.
There you have them.
Trailbreaker.
Hey.
Trailbreaker. Yeah, classic look. Quite quick transformation, I believe. I think, did we show him 2 weeks ago? I think we did, right?
Yeah, but the weapon was different, right?
Yeah, thanks for reminding me. The weapon was wrong. I don't think we said it, and we get no no remark for it. I think he went like undercover, but yeah, actually, if you watch the stream back 2 weeks ago, you see the weapon was wrong.
I was waiting for this moment, Fabio.
Yeah, so the weapon just like ends up on the roof on that car.
Nice. Gives a very A-team vibes even if it's not exactly the same car, but it's pretty cool.
Cool. Should we show exhaust quickly, or should we just jump in the battle?
I can show the exhaust here. It's a brief look.
There should be less Decepticons. He looks quite like futuristic in his biped form, and then when you transform him, it gets into this very 80s looking kind of car.
It's similar to Wheeljack, but that's how it was actually from the toy too. So he's quite similar to Wheeljack, though he's different from our Wheeljack in a little bit in a few details.
Was them. Yeah, talking about the ability, we can just show it there. It's a reflective force field. It's obviously inspired from the force field from Trailbreaker. And here it goes for the level 1. For 3 seconds, you generate a force field. Within its range, you and your allies reflect 12% of the damage received back to your enemies. So I was reading today on Discord, it's kind of similar to Hotspot. It is similar in a way, in the sense of like it reflects damage, but you'll see in battle it just like acts quite differently. As the bot doesn't rush, it also can affect the bot around Trailbreaker and Exhaust, as opposed to Hotspot, which only has the shield on himself. One thing to note is if you upgrade it, you're going to upgrade the seconds, so the duration of the shield and the time where Trailbreaker is going to stay in his like alt form to produce it, and also the amount of reflection. I'm just going to quickly jump in a battle to demonstrate it. Which one is it? This one. So the way to use it is actually to tap on one of your allies when you trigger the ability. Doing so, Trailbreaker and Exhaust will transform into their car. They will generate the force field, and they will kind of follow the bot you have chosen. So it's kind of a good way to just like, if you have a bot that's like taking a lot of damage at a certain point of time, you can just like send Trailbreaker with the reflective shield on them, because you know it's going to reflect a lot back to the attacker. So here they go. So yeah, so right now there's quite a lot of things happening. You can see after Breaker went in the front, and you can just like start the shield on them. And all the bots that are going to be inside that shield will reflect damage. So not only the bot you've tapped, but all the bots in the shield.
They are asking if the shield gets magnified when you have more than one bot nearby, or it's just the same effect for all.
It's the same effect for all the bots.
Okay, no matter how many of them are you covering.
Yeah, no. But I mean, it's kind of like it's useful to use if you have a pack of bots, because if they are being attacked by multiple targets and the enemies target different bots, if you have multiple bots inside the shield, it's going to reflect even more. So
yeah, especially sometimes with hotspot and other bots that has reflection. If they don't have them taunt, then the defenses could be hitting other bots, so that reflection is actually wasted. But the good thing with that is with Trailbreaker is that it actually applies to everyone.
They've been struggling killing Exhaust from the outpost, because the other thing with this bot, it has a lot of health, although it just died right now. But yeah, so it's kind of like he's definitely some sort of a tank warrior kind of thing, because he has a lot of help. He doesn't do a lot of damage itself, but you can definitely ramp up the damage by using the reflective shield, and it also protects the other bot. So I don't know if I did a really good demonstration of this during this battle, but
I think he got lost after a point.
yeah, I'm gonna do that again.
I am fishing for questions, so as usual, if you have some questions, drop it in the chat, and we'll try to answer as many as possible.
I'm going to use the shield again on the bots that are living over there. So as answered, it's quite easy to just like bring back into your pack of bots into the squad. So if you have like a little bit of a dispersion on your battlefield.
So the good thing is actually targets actually bots, not buildings, like other races. So it's a good way to just make sure that he actually sticks to the pack. Oh, what happened now?
Just got confused by double dealer path.
Can you target any point on the field, or it has to target bot?
You have to target bot, yeah.
And the bot needs to be in probably the area. Can you activate it against himself?
So you can activate it against yourself. I just, it was not the case when we first tested it, and then I realized that when I was testing it and it was alone in battle, I could not use the ability, which was an issue. So you can use it on yourself.
You are out of ability points now.
Cool. Yeah, I think that's all about it. So yeah, you can definitely check it in the battle, which is already available, and it will be available to you to win in the event during this weekend event.
Cool.
That is correct. It's live at this moment, so you can go into the game and try it.
And try it out.
Yeah. So yeah, a bit of a defensive this time around, support bot. But yeah, could be cool for like for zones where like a lot of things happening to just give extra defense. I guess yeah, if you have trucks probably can meet the same kind of requirement, but trucks also sometimes can actually get out of range. And also trucks doesn't reflect, it only mitigates. So he has a bit of a different uses, and also trucks is a flyer, so he has a bit less health.
There was some question about like will Trailbreaker's shield would get stronger as he levels up. So not if you level the bot itself, you will need to level the ability to make it stronger. I've mentioned it before, but if you level the ability, it will increase the duration of the shield, but also the amount of reflection that it does and that it absorbs, obviously.
Cool. So that's the new bots. Hope you get a good chance. Hope you get lucky and actually get to unlock them in this week's event.
Yep.
So we can move on to the next things, unless there are some more questions about the Trailbreaker and Exhaust.
I don't think so.
No.
There's a few other questions about other things, so we can probably move on. We can probably stop the game for showing it at the moment. So there's a lot of questions about ability 11 that was promised to go out with the recent version. We did announce the newsletter, the bots that get them. So there was like I think we can probably find the list and actually speak about it here.
For those who haven't read it.
Currently, we are actually playtesting and balancing the ability level 11. That's why it's a bit early to discuss and also promise when they're going to be out. When everything looks fine, and because there's like 10 different bots with 10 different changes and abilities. So when everything is okay, then we'll start rolling it out. But not until we are actually quite certain that this is going to be what people want. So yeah, but level 11 is coming soon. Do you want to go through the list?
We can say the list. I don't know if maybe somebody hasn't read the newsletter. We're gonna start. So what we're trying to do right now is just like we have made 10 ability level 11. They are going through playtest. We have given a list. We don't think it's going to change, but it's possible that all of these bots are going to come if we find something that's like not cool with one of them. But so far it's Optimus Prime and Megatron. We have for healers, we have Ratchet and Hook, Grimlock and Razorclaw, Firefly and Blastoff, Ironhide, Bludgeon, Bumblebee and Scrapnel, Airraid and, RC and Nightbird, Seaspray and Octopunch, and finally Jazz and Mixmaster.
As people notice, there's a lot of old bots. The idea, I guess, for our build level 11 is not only to give more powerful bots, like more power. Eventually it will happen, but we want to start with like some of the earlier bots that might need a little bit of a buff or a love. And that was designed in why we selected these bots. It doesn't make sense to give it straight away to the most powerful bots of the game, and then everything becomes so much easier. So we'll start with that, like entry level bots. And
there's also probably a chance that more people will have them close to 10 already if they are older rather than like newer ones. So that's what we were going for.
Yeah.
There was some question about like why did you choose Sea Spray and Octopunch and all of that. So the thing is like the other thinking behind this is we didn't want to like have only boss that are like extremely popular. We just want to roll them with just like some bots that are like a little bit less used and potentially reevaluate this bot if needed, and then roll them with bots that are like kind of like more popular as well.
Sea Spray, Octopunch.
Also, I mean, in some cases, even I mean, it's a bit early to speak. I won't speak about build level 11, but in this case of I think Slipstream and Air Raid, we also affected like a build 11's below a build level 11. So there's been some tweaks for some of the other levels. For some, like not all of them. I think it's only a Slipstream that got it, but there's a few changes happening. So it's a good opportunity for us to enhance some of these characters. For example, people were saying give Sendius Street an ability level 11. No, Sendius doesn't really need one right now. He's some of the most strong abilities and most strong bots. But eventually he will come. And since we're releasing batches, if we do all the good bots, then after a point it becomes all the bots on the one. It's interesting. So it's nice to just segment it with a few like good bots, a few like not as last bots, and just enhance everyone.
Some other some players in the chat were also saying, "Oh yeah, I wish you would have started with these bots and not do this one." What we want to say as well is like we are aiming to release them quite regularly and at like a good pace. Hopefully, I don't want to make too much promises, but the idea is just like to keep on releasing them and almost always have some of new ability level 11 in playtest and just roll on with the roster. So no, Starscream is not in the first batch, but it's probably not far off because it's also an old bot and it might come in the second batch, which hopefully is not too far away.
Also, Firefly and Blastoff is kind of a weaker version of the Jetfire and Starscream, so it's better for them to get a bit more love, so get a bit more parity, because when we do the 5-star Jetfire and Starscream, they actually got a bit more strong because their stats are better for what they do. So they'll eventually come. Eventually, all of them will just get a bit level 11. So be patient. But I think it will be cool. Like people are asking if we're gonna have new animations or VFX. There is gonna be some new like effects because some of the abilities actually go above the current specs. So in that case, we have actually added a bit of something extra on top of them.
Cool. Yeah, there are some other questions. Are we going to get a sneak peek of Optimus Prime ability level 11? Unfortunately, no. It's like it's still early in the playtest. Things can really change a lot at this point, so we don't want to show anything that's potentially is not going to be there when it's going to be released. So.
Yeah. So that's a lot of questions for ability level 11. There's a few other questions on the background for other things. I don't know if we want to start answering those.
Do we have to be level 60 or above to unlock ability level 11?
So there is no level requirement for that, but I mean, it's because it doesn't actually have an energon. It's only called Z energon and spark. It doesn't really have a level requirement, so it doesn't. It's not like it's required to have a lot of energy resource. Of course, the energy as a requirement by itself limits you, I think, to quite high HQs, but no, there is no really much a limit because you can just, as long as you are ability level 10, that doesn't pretty much requires you to be, I think, HQ 16 and above, or I can't remember. Then you will be able to go to ability level 11.
There was some question about the cost of the ability, which we cannot really reveal on that stream today, but related questions where will there be more opportunity to get Z Energon through events and also more Spark in the future?
Z Energon, no. Like I think if people actually do really well and they have bots and they go through the elimination mode, then they can actually get quite a lot. I mean, usually you probably will need like maybe 2 weeks or something and to be able to get quite a lot of resource that would be useful. But Spark, I mean, we always give a little bit of a more Spark here and there. Yes, it's could probably require a lot, and probably you'll find out that you will spend more time actually having to gather Spark than you actually have to actually gather Zetenergon. But Zetenergon, I think it's already, you can easily get quite a lot if you just play elimination mode properly.
Yeah, that's the point. And also in events, I mean, even the free crystal, we have over the time increased the amount of spark you get from there, so it's way more common to get it than before.
Yeah, I think nowadays pretty much like I keep dropping my spark by 1 million around 3 million, and it's like a few couple of weeks later, like I'm straight away back to 4 million. So we are actually giving it much faster than we used to.
And there is a question to get the spark of 1 stars and 2-star bots and use it for the others. Well, that's actually a duplicate, right? Every time you get a 2-star duplicate, you get a spark, so you can.
No, I mean, they want to reduce spark, and as you said, we're not going to allow that.
Oh yeah, that's the point. Yeah, no, that's not intended.
That's like you do something like you use a spark on those boats. Yeah. Those boats still has a use, maybe not the 2-stars, but even the 3-stars can actually be used in elimination mode to get more accuracy. And so no, we don't want to do that. Like, because if you can actually move all the spark to like just the squad you want, there's no point actually having a spark after a point. So yeah. It's meant to be designed. You get a new boat, you have to actually get the spark to actually level it, and then that makes the rest of the economy healthy because you actually have to, you cannot like just keep reusing your spark. So no plans for that.
Correct.
There was some question related about really the top ability. Some of you were saying, since no one levels Prime's ability, will the new effect be worth taking him to level 11? Well, we hope so.
Yeah, I mean, it's a hope. We cannot force someone to do that. Like I can understand why people want to not increase it. I have mine. It's like level 4 because you don't want to destroy like the buildings that don't have a lot of health. But of course, like also Optimus Prime's ability doesn't do that much damage. Even on high levels, it's still around for a 4-star or 5-star level like 60. He's still around 1,400. And there's a lot of buildings that has a lot more health that you can actually rush to. Maybe it's not great if there is a harvester or some really soft building on the sides, so rush will be cancelled. But if you want to take them into the thick of the battle, then it may be that the new ability will be more useful. But of course, it depends on the players what they want to do. People are asking if we're going to actually give them the chance to try out the new abilities in demo.
We can do a battle the same way as we do with Trailbreaker and Exhaust, for example. This week have bots for you ready to try with the ability already at level 11. We might do that.
Yeah, of course it's quite limited because if it's 10, they cannot fit in the shuttle, so we might have to do two abilities, two tests.
To test battle with 5 bots. Yeah.
But yeah, we can definitely do that. You're asking about Optimus Prime trailer. Unfortunately, no news there. It's hard to figure out how to do that without redesigning the core character. You just can't just have a trailer appear then disappear when he transforms. So it's just magical things don't happen for us yet. Like in the animation for the trailer just disappears and goes somewhere. So I don't know. If we can figure something out, we're definitely going to do that. But at the moment, no use for that.
I saw a few questions about the free crystal, like if it's booked or something. We haven't received any reports about that, or if you are not getting the notification. But so far we haven't detected anything.
What's that?
I don't know. I don't know if you experience any issue with the free crystal. If you can write down a bit more detailed explanation, we'll have a look into it. We take out some of the notifications, like the crystal is online or the bundle sales in the weekend, but the standard ones, like the free crystal, should be there.
Actually, the free crystal, I don't think that's there. I haven't actually seen it for a while.
For a while, I will have a look there.
So there were some people asking about After Breaker and Flame War, if they should be able, or is it?
It sounds like a bug to me. I just saw that. I took note. I'm just going to check this. There's no reason why they should not target it, right? No.
No.
So that's a bug. I took a note of it. I'll check it tomorrow morning after the stream. That's strange.
It just happens. I mean, bugs like that are easy to fix.
Yeah.
More than that, you can easily fix them. There's other bugs that are more annoying, unfortunately, more persistent.
Rest of achievements, they are work in progress. I mean, there are a lot already, but yeah, we'll gradually release more of them. Another question was about the second part of the Omega Supreme and Overlord. I mean, it's been a few weeks only, so it will take a while until we release them on the Shinex store. So the people that got them from the event can, make some show off. But yeah, it will take a bit.
Any word on the buff for combiner bots when they are in the same squad?
What? Like that's the synergy feature. It's something we said we want to do, but there's no schedule or ETA, or like we're working on other things, so I don't know. Something I want to do, but there's no schedule for that at the moment, I'm afraid.
Can't say anything, but you're working on something that's going to be more exciting.
Yeah, I think the thing I'm working right now probably will be more exciting for a lot of people, but
can't say anything.
It's too early yet. People are asking if we can create tabs in the research lab to separate the bots that need research for the ones. I am planning, I think, for the next release to have some new filter tabs. So yes, need research probably would be one. So hopefully we can get it done in time. But that's one of the things we're all planning to do.
Talking about quality of life improvement, somebody today on Discord was talking about they'd love to see while you're on the bot. I think I talked about that 2 weeks ago. Love to see when you're on the bot screen which one are already in a squad, so you can organize yourself better in elimination mode.
Elimination mode anyway. I mean, I can get that, but at the same time, sometimes I can actually understand the need for it, because if the board is in cooldown, then you probably won't be able to see it. In elimination mode, then the board will disappear anyway. So it doesn't matter if it's another squad, because you can. That's why there's only one squad, because if you use a bot, you're gonna use it, you lose it, and then you just have to keep putting new bots and remaking the team based on what's left. Maybe for some people are interesting, but I think it's gonna be quite quick to do, and I don't think. I think other people's ideas like naming squads and stuff will probably be more useful. Yeah, people are asking about filtering cores for fusing. There's a lot of things there, but there's only so much you can do.
Can we have 2 combiner beacons on our base?
No.
I was thinking on mobile devices setting on fire, like all this animation.
One combiner is already quite a lot of VFX and noise on the screen.
It's not even that. It's power. It's the power that the combiner gives you on defense is much more than anything else. Adding one more makes everything like potentially imbalanced, especially when you have level 20 combiners in the outpost. Like pretty much like you won't be able to kill them. So I don't think there's any, probably not anytime soon.
Yeah.
Maybe in the future when we have more power, some reason maybe we can actually add something, but not right now.
Some suggestions to add runabout as we have runamuck. Well, it's good to have some names in the line and interesting characters. So
We actually
who knows?
talked about him pretty recently,
Oh,
but yeah, nothing sure. We talked about it pretty recently, but nothing sure yet.
nice.
When will HQ 17.5 be out?
This is another thing we're actually currently working. Still early days on that. I mean, a lot of them stuff is being finished, but we're nowhere near actually playtesting or finalize the bugs on it. We hope soon, but it still remains to be seen when everything is finished, test it, get some feedback of the playtesters and balancing, and then out. So I probably before Christmas, but
Yeah, probably, but
yeah, we don't really know yet.
Some requests to have more Beast Wars characters. Yeah, and I think next year will be quite intense on Beast Wars, so who knows?
You can say that considering next year is going to be the
Yeah.
35th year of Beast Wars, and there's going to be a new
Kingdom.
animation series, Kingdom, where it features a lot of Beast Wars characters. So you probably can guess that there will be some Beast Wars coming in next year.
What else? Yeah, some requests to have G1 Go bots. We don't have any plans to do that kind of crossover. But yeah, thank you for the suggestion, I guess. But so far, no intention. We have actually answered a lot of the questions. Da-da-da.
A lot of people are actually trying to get support in the chats. Guys, please, if you have any problem with your accounts or the game behaving, please contact the support, the CS, and they will be able to help you with most of your requires. In cases like that, in chats or videos or in other kind of situation, it's really hard to go and debug someone's problems. So it's better to just actually just send a ticket in if you have any problems with the game.
Somebody suggested a good pairing of bots. I'm just going to take note of that.
Runabout and Blur.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Not promising anything, but it's
Coming
incredible.
2021 spoilers.
When I got a new phone, I lost the G.I. Joe music. Any way to get that back?
I'm afraid no.
It's not about your phone.
It's one of the things like, yeah, while you were still on that version, you could actually use it, even though we actually pulled it. But when it's still a new update, then it actually becomes unavailable. Unfortunately, we only had access to it while we were actually during the crossovers period. Who knows if there's another crossover back in the future, maybe we'll come back and then make sure you don't lose or reinstall your app again.
Are there any plans for new skin cores and potentially different themes?
We always approach ideas. Skin cores is something new we did quite recently. How we can best utilize them or give them out or use them is something we're always thinking about. So there is potential. You may be able to see some other skins, but we don't really have any concrete plan to talk about at the moment.
Can I have a 5-star Optimus Prime for Christmas, please?
Like a picture? A picture, you mean? Combiner from the alt action faction, the usual request. So there is a lot of appetite.
Again, with at some point we thought we could actually try and do that, but then it becomes like you just have this, I guess, combiner over and over again. It's something we're still going to consider in the future, but no plans for that yet.
Cool. Should we have like a little? Yeah, go for it.
We haven't actually spoken about the Superior Devastator.
Somebody said very nice buff today in the chat. I read that on Discord. I think it was overall well received.
Yeah. So for the people that haven't noticed, we did release the long-awaited buff on Superior and Devastator. We've actually changed all 3 abilities to increase to be much better. So if you have a Superior and Devastator and he's sitting on the side and you haven't tried him recently, please give him a spin. He's pretty awesome right now. Major props to Fabian for actually spending some time to actually give him some long-deserved love.
Yeah, I don't have the numbers anymore today, but we kind of like for the rush, the first ability and the last one, we also gave it a little bit more range, so it's not like single targets, and I think that's changed quite a lot, and a massive amount of more damage on the rockets as well. Yeah.
I use them in it's nice that you can actually, because I do love to actually use all my combiners, so I can actually get it as cheap as use as possible. So before, like, Superior wasn't that great, but now it can actually he can just do a lot, and it's really nice to see that. There's some question I would like answered about Golden Lagoon and Cosmos and Mind Wipe.
Yeah.
Actually, even though like there's a thing with the Mind Wipe the Cosmos is it's not really it's a different kind of attack that actually hacks the bots. So it's okay for this instance because maybe thinking it's a kind of a mind attack that they do that actually goes through the Golden Lagoon skin. It's actually something we could have done when we designed Golden Lagoon. We were thinking that the Golden Lagoon should only be functional against beam weapons instead of like physical weapons because that's not the plan. So it's actually it is possible, and it's what's happening that Mind Wipe and Cosmos will be doing damage on them. It's actually quite designed for the moment, and it's also nice.
I understand where Papibla is coming from when he's explained to me that it should reflect, but yeah, it's a bit of a gray area, and it's kind of like subject to interpretation, and this is how we designed it.
I also love to have one bot that can actually counter the uncounteredness of having a Golden Lagoon core. So yeah, it's nice to, have another backup when you actually try to power level like that, and I actually like it that to be able to, oh shit, Cosmos on Mind Wipe is there. There's also like something else, like Golden Lagoon also don't reflect the damage of dot attacks. So if you have a mortar that does flame over time, the flame over time attack doesn't magically gets reflected back to the target. Again, as designed, like we're happy to just take direct damage and reflect it, but we don't want to every damage everywhere there actually get reflected back. So some limitations of Golden Lagoon, but it's good because then you can actually kind of have some defense against it.
Should we do trivia meanwhile?
Yeah, let's actually give us more chance to go through some questions.
Okay, so
go for it.
Yeah, okay. As usual, thanks Nathan Webb for sending this trivia. You are our own encyclopedia of Transformers, and there goes the knowledge. So I will go with question number 1. Remind you when you have your answer, you have to send it on the chat with your player name, HQ level, and alliance name, so we can find you and give you a freebie if you are selected as winner. And the question number 1 says, Transformers Studio Series Hot Rod 86 has been announced, and he looks even better than the masterpiece Hot Rodimus. But what accessory does the Studio Series version come with that the masterpiece didn't? So the Studio Series version of Hot Rod 86 has some accessories that the previous series, like the masterpiece, didn't have. And I think it's kind of a not easy question, so I will show you an image. And you can, of this new toy and accessories, toy, figure, collectible, and it looks pretty cool, actually. And actually, we have seen
So
this
that's the
image.
hot rod one.
Yeah, and we have seen this image recently, like a week ago.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like this, the animation
Disc
and the
kind of.
studio series is would actually look more like how it was in the series. So it actually look really impressive and kind of reminiscent of our G1 shader scheme.
So, of the accessories, which one wasn't included on other versions? This is us. This is Hot Rod. This is us. Let's see if we have answers, because I think it's a hard question, probably.
Some people will know. I'm pretty sure you can actually find it online.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not sure about this question though, because it's kind of multiple things that have been added to these figures, not only one, right?
Yeah. I don't really know exactly what the other figures had, so we may accept different answers for that. Okay, getting some answers. Do you want to do the picks, Fabian?
Yeah, but I'm not so sure about the answers. Okay, I'll do the picks.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm being slow.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We let you do the picks because you are the innocent hand that chooses them.
No, there's no trusting me. I probably will disqualify Puppy Bless for asking to change trust face all the time. No, I'll not that mean. I promise I will never do that.
Okay.
No other questions in the meantime. If anyone is not trying to guess the answer, please throw a question in the chat and I'll try to answer it.
Yeah, we actually went through a lot of them. We got them, right, Fabian?
Yeah.
Okay, so the answer was the official answer from Nathan Trivia is blast effects, like these little blue things you can see here. But I think this kind of rotating saw, it's also new. And I don't know if anything else, but I think it was mentioned on a meeting that this part was added that previously wasn't. And some of the winners from Twitch, Bicentron X01 answering welder and blast effects. From YouTube, Tio Win answering Matrix Explodes, like the effects, so we take also that one as valid. And from Facebook, Thunderbot that answered Matrix and blast effects. So thank you for your answers, and you will get a freebie.
Cool. We have a second question, which I'm gonna ask now. Be ready. The man, the myth, the legend, Simon Furman currently has a comic book out now, Transformers '84: Secret and Lies. But who draws the comic? Who's done the drawings for this comic from Simon Furman, Transformers '84: Secret and Lies?
I have an image. I won't show because it you can read there who.
We'll show it after.
Yeah, we'll wait. It's pretty cool. We should invite Simon someday to join the stream. It's been a while. Let's see.
It's a good question. Like if we can make raids or some other events that are only two-star bots only.
Oh,
It'd be nice if you have some more where you can actually take for have a reason for the 2 stars after you level them. Maybe like limit the target's HQ to HQ7 and then just live like it's like the early days of the game and you just like you have to do it with your other characters, with your low level characters.
that's an interesting idea, actually. Interesting concept.
Yeah. Of course, if we release an event with no warning that you can only use 2 stars or 3 stars, suddenly, for example, people will be like, I don't have anyone level, I can't even play. So
Yeah. I don't know.
yeah, things like that are cool. I mean, I was thinking at some point maybe we could give you some bonuses in wars if you actually use 3 stars, because a lot of people are still do, especially even in high level wars, and they're doing really well for 3 stars. So it's really really impressive to see people like that still using all the bots they have.
Mm.
Some of you are maximizing their chances by posting the reply in all 3 channels. I can see
Like
that.
we wouldn't notice.
Some requests for a G Metal bot core. I recall we ran one. Of course, it's not kind of event that will happen much often, but yeah, I will put it on a note and see when can we run another one. Could be interesting.
I got some winners. And I also got the reply to the answer to the question. So the question was, who made the drawings for Transformers '84: Secret and Lies written by Simon Furman? And the answer is Guido Guidi. I guess I pronounced it.
Guido with it, yeah.
Yeah, the way I pronounce it. And the winners are Gigabomb98 from Scorch Demigods. We have Mad Chemist from the Alliance ONP. And finally, we have Magnus231 from Victory is Ours. Congratulations to you guys. Freebies coming your way in a couple of days.
Yep.
Have time for a couple more questions. Some people are asking if there's going to be any update to rates. We do have a plan to actually go through and do some rebalances. We haven't actually touched for a while. It's quite a bit like left there. I know a lot of alliance actually do it with half the alliance actually participating, and maybe some of them are not as fun for especially low level players. So there are some plans for us to give some love to them to actually go through and do some balance in the future. People asking if there are going to be more G1 cores. Definitely going to be eventually more G1 cores. We just released one like recently though, so probably be a bit more time before the next one comes. People are asking about new Prime League effects. Again, yeah, like when the time comes soon, probably in the next 2 weeks or so, we're probably gonna be updating and refreshing them. And as for when the new combiners are gonna come, well, that's remained to be seen. We're still missing a couple of bots from filling them. So it remains to be seen when the next bots come and who it's gonna be, because like we haven't actually finalized who is gonna be in the combiners for those bots.
And if you're into the story, you will have noticed that Afterbreaker currently cannot combine. So due to being shot by Flame War in the previous saga, so until he can combine again, I guess no combiner.
They're asking for depths. What is depths? What is Debbie?
I think it's around usually on Thursday in the office, but she's probably doing other stuff. But she's gonna come visit us at some point for sure.
Yeah, she's still with us. She's a space ape, but she has different projects now, and she's quite busy on them. But yeah, she will jump or be our guest from time to time.
Do we have any plan on adding headmasters as to the combat bot roster?
I mean that's tricky, because what you mean about headmasters, you could say like we have headmasters bots in the game. We have Brainstorm, we have Mindwide, so there are some that are already in the game, and a few others that might actually come in. So we do have. I don't know if you actually mean something else particular, or the little bots.
They meant like maybe to be used as combat bots, equip them. You know, the thing is with headmasters, like the way they work is not exact. It's hard for us to make it work as a combat bot at the moment. So
we have to decapitate the bots and then give them a new head. So no plan for that.
Yeah, no, we don't have news also either about the next Omega Supreme or Overlord piece, the 5-star one. We haven't decided yet how it will come, but it's still way soon for that. So yeah, no news about that yet. More combiners in the future, yes, they will.
More combiners, second research lab for a combiner probably gonna happen. This is what you get when you actually give like people like second slot in a research lab. People are going for everything. There are not that many combiners, so it's meant to be a bit more hard to you have to actually wait or decide to skip your combiners so you can actually upgrade them.
Yeah. More about fixing the free crystal. I should fix that crystal. It's dropping too many 4 stars. From time to time we see them. But yeah, there is nothing wrong with it.
I remember. I think it was. I asked you the other day because I was keep getting like 4-star Decepticons and the crystal. So I was like, something is broken. This is too good. But no, there's when there's a chance in it, it can happen. So, never mind.
Well, never mind. Yeah, but I've actually checked several times. Like, is there something wrong with it? What's happening? No, it's just lag. Cool. We added that lag, so it may happen.
Okay, so I think that's it for us and the time that we got. So a recap of what we talked about this stream.
Yeah, we talked about Ground Zero, the end of Saga event, where you can have a chance to win Trailbreaker and Exhaust, the next two bots that are going to join the Earth Wars. We've talked about the ability, which is a force field, which you can use to follow one ally and use it to reflect the damage back to your opponent. We talked about ability level 11. We said more or less that we started it. We started the playtest. We cannot reveal much about them. There's probably going to be a lot more to talk about in 2 weeks in the next stream.
Cool. Yeah. That's it. I know a lot of questions. Hopefully we answer a lot of your queries. Some of them positively, some of them negatively, but this is the life. So hope you guys have a good time. If you are in a country that's going to another lockdown, stay safe and Stay happy.
Stay safe, stay sane, stay happy. Yeah.
Stay sane. And hope we're going to get to see you in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, have
Thanks,
fun this
everyone.
weekend.
Thank
Bye.
you, everyone.
Bye,
See you in
guys.
2 weeks.
Bye.